What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today I wanted to have a go at including some hidden journaling. I don't usually put hidden journaling on my layouts. I do sometimes. I might write something on the actual back of the cardstock, but I don't often use interactive pieces on my page. I think it's because I feel like they're trapped behind the page protector, and I will forget that there's something hidden because it's hidden. Today I'm over on the Citrus Twist blog, and I've got a 3 to Inspire challenge, and my 3 items that I'm challenging you to use are some sort of hidden journaling somewhere, some acetate, which is something else that I don't often reach for, and a tag, some sort of tag. I ended up using 2 on this layout, one of the big ones for my journaling and then another one just as an embellishment piece. But the first thing, as soon as I got the Life Crafted kit for this month, for February, I saw this ginormous tag, and it is one of the biggest tags I've ever seen in scrapbooking products, and I knew straight away that it was just kind of begging to be written on. But I didn't exactly know how I was going to do that, what I was going to do. So I was going through the papers and having a look. This photo was taken at the Brisbane Scrapbooking and Papercraft Expo last June. And hello to anyone who went there and who I met. It was really, really fun. I taught a couple of classes and was working on one of the booths, and I had a really good time meeting some inklets, because I often feel very like people don't watch my videos, and I know I've talked about it before and it sounds silly, but until you actually meet people, it just feels like I'm talking to myself and no one watches them. So it was really lovely to meet some peeps, and I had each of the tutors had a little display where we had some of our work, some of our layouts displayed, and so of course I had to snap a pic in front of that. And I was originally going to just put this photo in my like a Project Life page protector, and that's why I printed it at 3x4 size. But then it was a bit of a special weekend, because it was the first time I had travelled out of state for scrappy stuff, and I felt like I wanted to do a layout on it. The rest of this trip was all in just page protectors, so this is the only layout that I made. But yeah, I just wanted to make a layout and to talk a bit about how I felt about it. I was actually, oh, excuse me, Mr. Phone, can you please be quiet? I was actually really sick the week before I left, and I was worried that I wasn't actually going to be able to fly up, but I was feeling a lot better, not 100%, but a lot better when I went up there. And it was something that was very out of my comfort zone. I'd never actually flown anywhere by myself. I had only been on a plane a couple of times before this, and I was away from Archie for 8 days, which is the longest I'd been away from him, and it was a big scary experience. I'd never taught at an expo before, so yeah, it was lots of courage was needed for this week, but I'm really glad that I did it and stepped outside my comfort zone a bit. So I decided to put my hidden journaling on the back of this tag, and I therefore couldn't stick my tag down because there'd be stuff on the back of it. And so I decided to make this little pocket, and it kind of looks like I'm jumping out of the pocket, which is a little bit ridiculous, but it works for this page. And I did the journaling after this layout's all made, so you won't be able to see that, but I went through the acetate sheet and I found all of these circle elements. And so, you know, I do love a good circle. I decided to just go with the circle theme, and I went a little circle crazy. I grabbed some watercolors, my Jane Davenport ones, and I just started doing really big, loose circles around my page. I knew that I was going to do a doodly border around them, so I didn't worry about the circles being perfect, and I was just pulling the colors from that multicolored striped paper that I created the pocket with, and I was a little nervous to use multicolored paper. It's not my comfort zone, but I thought, hey, this adventure to the expo to teach in Brisbane was out of my comfort zone, so why not embrace that and use a paper that's not my go-to. In the end, I really like the way it looks because it worked in with the circles, and it was bright and happy and colourful, and it kind of summed up how excited I was feeling in this photo. So then acetate. Now, acetate is a tricky little thing to stick down. I know that there's other ways how to stick it down. I used a glue stick, which I'm not sure is the best method, I will be honest with you, because you can see some of the darker patches where the glue is. Let me know in the comments, how do you stick down your acetate other than stapling? Usually I staple, but I didn't want the look of the staple on this page. So I put a bit of glue stick and then smooshed it around with my finger so it wasn't so gluey, and that did help. But yes, acetate's a bit of a tricky thing, but I do love the way it looks, and it's really fun to overlap over different pieces, but it is tricky to stick down. And then of course I was impatient and it wasn't fully dried, so it went for a bit of a slide. And then here I felt like my tag wasn't standing out. You couldn't tell that it was a tag straight away, even though it's slightly different colour than the cardstock in the background, it didn't stand out enough. So I did a bit of a doodly border, and then I just did some little scripty font on the front. And then on the back, like I said, I did some more journaling after filming. I found this ephemera piece actually before I knew what layout I was going to do, knew what photo I was going to use. I always go through the ephemera pack to see if there's any like pieces that jump out, like an ice cream, and I've got a photo of someone eating an ice cream, or a house and I've got a photo of our house, or something like that. And I found this little piece that said, "You've totally got this," and I just knew that I had to use that on this layout. And so I immediately thought of this photo, and that's where I went I went straight to my album to see if I could find a photo from this time. So I'm just going through all of the pieces and trying to figure out if there's any words or phrases that go with it. I found this tag, and it's all about being imperfect. And then I found this text that said, "Be gentle with yourself," because I will be honest, I was very anxious and doubting my ability to fly interstate by myself and to teach, and I was having a lot of self-doubt around this time. My anxiety at this time was through the roof for other reasons, and going away just heightened my anxiety a lot more. So I thought that "Be Gentle with Yourself" was a good title for this page, because I was being a little bit harsh, and we all have times like that where we have self-doubt and a bit of lack of self-confidence, and it's hard to push through sometimes. So I wanted to make a page out. That's a mix of a page and a layout. I wanted to make a page out to remind myself just to be gentle with myself sometimes, and give myself a bit of slack and just go with the flow. So then I'm trying to figure out how to layer up all of my bits and pieces. And once again, I think because that background, that multicolored paper is so colourful and so bright, I felt like this tag needed outlining. And you can see now it really makes the tag pop just by adding a little dash line around the outside, sticking that down, and along with my title for this page. I don't often use ephemera pieces as my scrapbook title, my layout title, but I think I should more often, because it was really easy and very handy to have there. I had that yellow piece, my goodness, is a little calendar, and I just circled the month and the dates that I was there, and then stuck down this little piece. That typewriter, that grey little tiny word, has the exact same font as my cursive typewriter that I used to use when I was a little girl, and I love it. It's my new favorite font, and I keep seeing it in the Citrus Twist goodies every month, and I am obsessed with it. I just want all the things to be that font. And I think some of the stamps from this stamp set were that font as well. I'm not sure if I used any of them because the February stamps, a lot of them had like topics that weren't appropriate for, that didn't match. Like I think there were a few lovey kind of themed ones, and coffee and things that just didn't match how I was feeling. But yeah, I really love how this page came together. It was a bit of a chaotic, excited, multicolored kind of page, but it matched my current mood at this point. So this layout is actually my final layout as part of the Citrus Twist creative team, and I've absolutely loved my time as part of the DT. And this year I've actually decided in 2019 to step down from all 3 of the DTs that I was on last year, and it's a really tough decision to make, and I'm very sad about it, but I will still be getting all of the goodies, and I'm signing up as a subscriber so I don't miss out, because I need all of the typewriter font things. I need them all. So you'll still be seeing the products pop up in my videos. I just won't have 2 videos a month as I have for the last, it's been more than a year. I think it's been a year and a half, I think. Bit of Heidi shine, shake, 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 shake your Heidi shine, shake your Heidi shine. Well, that was just a kerfuffle. I didn't realize that I'd accidentally pressed stop on my microphone, and I was just singing the Heidi shine song into the microphone with nobody listening. So there you go. And then my Final Cut Pro, which is the software I use to edit videos, just decided to quit. So I think that's a sign that my editing software is telling me to wrap things up. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little ramble and enjoyed a little peek at how you can include some hidden journaling. It doesn't have to be anything secret or private. Maybe you just don't want the look of a whole bunch of text on your page, or you've just got too much to write about and can't fit it on. And also, thank you for watching all of my projects for Citrus Twist over the last year and a half. I'll still be using some of their products in the upcoming videos, so you'll see them poking through. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.